If you happen to be watching the Phoenix Suns San Antonio Spurs NBA playoff game last night, you might have noticed a very rare bit of politics breaking out in the lead up to this live national sporting event. Check this out.
The only people screwing it up is the politicians.
Without question.
The governor, interim governor, I might add, J.D. Hayworth and John McCain, they're the ones screwing this thing up. I really take my hat off to Robert Sarver and the Suns of taking a stance. Living in Arizona for a long time, the Hispanic community, they're like the fabric of the cloth. They're part of our community. And anytime you try to do any type of racial profile or racial discrimination, this is a federal, now the President Obama, we've got to do something, because these little lightweight politicians in Arizona don't know what they're doing.
Well, everybody knows that, and everybody has said that on both sides. Something has to be done about the immigration situation there, and really what the crux of this is the wording of that Senate Bill 1070, and so.
Public Enemy said it a long time ago. By the time I get to Arizona, I'm not surprised. They didn't even want it to be a Martin Luther King Day when John McCain was in. So, I mean, if you follow history, you know that this is part of Arizona politics.
Let's talk basketball.
Hey, you guys, let's talk basketball. It's striking to see politics dominating the pregame just moments before the tip-off of this ginormous semifinal NBA playoff game. But the Phoenix Suns showing solidarity with the Latino community, wearing their Los Suns jerseys during last night's game. They said they wore them both for Cinco de Mayo and to protest the new Arizona law. Fans around the arena holding up signs saying things like Los Fans and Viva Los Suns. Outside the arena, some protesters against the Papers, Please law marched toward the Arizona State Capitol wearing Los Suns jerseys. No matter what you think about an NBA team making an overt political statement, the new Arizona immigration law has captured the attention of practically everyone, and it has shone a spotlight on the need for some sort of comprehensive federal immigration reform in this country. There's just one big problem. The Papers, Please law passed in Arizona in 2010. 2010 is election year, and everybody knows you can't do immigration in an election year. Even Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who has been for immigration reform in the past, says it can't possibly happen this year. Senator Graham telling the Washington Post, quote, "There is just not the appetite on either side of the aisle for this issue right now." Right? Can't do immigration. Even Democrats realize that. Right, President Obama?
The way to fix our broken immigration system is through common sense, comprehensive immigration reform. I want to begin work this year, and I want Democrats and Republicans to work with me, because we've got to stay true to who we are, a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants.
I want to begin work this year. Despite the Beltway common wisdom that you can't do immigration reform now, Democrats seem to want to do it. President Obama, in fact, seems really psyched to do it. While there is a popular political assumption that you can't do something big and serious like immigration reform in an election year, there is an even more popular political axiom about how to pick a good political fight. Pick fights that mostly unify your side. Pick fights that mostly divide the other side. And if you're really going for the gold, pick a fight that makes the other side show off its least publicly appealing face.
You call the president an Indonesian Muslim turned welfare thug and a racist in chief. I mean,
yeah.
Is that the kind of...
That's the way he's behaving.
But
I mean, if he cares to be...
Do you believe he's Indonesian? Do you believe he's Muslim? Do you really believe he's a welfare thug?
He's certainly acting like it.
Mark Williams, everybody, head of the Tea Party Express, the ostensibly principled small government conservative group that has not only endorsed Arizona's biggest of all big government Papers, Please law, it's now taking a lead role in beating back the boycotts against the state. They're circulating a petition to support Arizona's crackdown on illegal immigration. Quote, "We at the Tea Party Express stand with those great patriots in Arizona. They should be applauded for having the courage and convictions to take on this problem." The Tea Party Express making sure that they are way out in front as the face of the anti-immigration right. Democrats lining up for immigration reform have the Papers, Please law to thank for the unbelievably advantageous political line in the sand here. To be for immigration reform this year, this election year, is to stand against Papers, Please. To be against immigration reform, Republicans, is to stand with the pro-Papers, Please folks. And that in politics is called a slam dunk. Maybe even a three-pointer.